1885. A time of British Raj in India. A time when India had freshly woken up to the calls of independence. It was an era that saw a dearth in educational institutions. It was during this time that a young chaplain, Father Norbert Badiali, the then parish priest of St. Joseph's Church, Lucknow, took charge of educating two young children with the motto Pax et Bonum, peace and all good. With only himself and one full-time teacher, he set out on a journey of great responsibility and toil. A true visionary in those formative years, he converted a portion of his bungalow on the southeast of the church ground, the present-day Cathedral School, marking that year as the humble beginning of St. Francis College. With its untimely demise of its founding father, 1 year later, in 1886, a Belgian chaplain, Father Emmanuel van den Bosch, carried on the noble work. It was in 1890 that Father Bartholomew took the reins and laid the foundation of the St. Francis Boarding and Day School, inviting more young minds to flourish under its roof. The only thing constant is change, and Father Petronius Gramigna was appointed principal in 1893, kept pace with the ever-changing environment of education. In 1894, he brought the school under the Education Department, elevating its status to a middle school. For the next 1 year, Father Francis of Castle led the school forward. The institution was gradually gaining popularity and enrollments began to increase. Father Francis Mary of Ravenna joined office in 1901 and carried on the work of his predecessors for the next 2 years. In 1903, Father Louis of Casola followed in his footsteps and handed over charge to Father Cherubim in 1906, who guided the school till 1908. The school was rapidly filling up with enthusiastic students waiting to quench their thirst for knowledge, and with this came the need for a more expansive setting. The year was 1908, under Father Peter Mary, when the present-day land of St. Francis College was purchased on Shah Najaf Road, and from there on continued the journey of noble men whose honest intentions and endeavors have brought the school this far. 1909, Father Henry was appointed principal, and in 1910, the baton of leadership passed into the hands of Father Celestin. It was under his able guidance that the school simply grew in abundance. With his fervor for growth, the first buildings of the school were constructed. Apart from the classrooms and infirmary, a chapel and a sports field were built, keeping in mind the needs of the students. He equipped the school's laboratories with the best of equipments then available. Father Celestin affiliated the school to Cambridge University for senior Cambridge examination, elevating the school's status to a high school. From this year on, the school saw constant advancement both in education as well as in infrastructure. The school flourished under the stewardship of Father Celestin till 1922, and then again from 1925 to 1935 and 1936 to 1941. In 1923, Father Stephen set free the school hall for study purpose and cafeteria. The St. John Chrysostom block was brought up during 1941 under Father John Chrysostom, in keeping with the style of the other buildings. From 1942 to 1944, the school remained under the able stewardship of Father Leo. The time for freedom was close by. The country was amidst chaos, and It was during these testing times that Father Jeremiah took charge of running the school till 1947. On August 2nd, 1947, during the tenure of Father Cyril, a pledge was taken by the Catholic Church and the state to work in cooperation towards education in the new independent India. The dawn of independence brought with it new educational policies, and it was Father Raphael de Souza and Father Alfred who ushered the school into an era of even greater advancement and expansion. In 1959, under Father Clement, Bishop Conrad de Vito blessed the new teachers' quarters at the threshold of the school compound. From there on, Father Fulgentius steered the school for a year. It was in the time of Father Romano that an old house at the back of the central building was pulled down and a 3-storied building for classrooms, dormitories, a study hall, unitary block and a library were constructed in 1963. In the same year, the name of the Senior Cambridge Examination was changed to the Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination, CICSE. The diocesan priests took charge in 1971, and Father Leo Lobo became the second Indian principal at St. Francis School. St. John Chrysostom block was demolished to erect a new 2-storied junior block under his direction in 1974. 1976 was the proud year in which the school was christened St. Francis College. In May of 1977, under Father Ignatius Menezes, presently the Bishop of Ajmer Diocese, the scholastic year was altered from January-December to April-March. The college saw several improvements in the charge of Father Baptist de Souza. The entire front quadrangle and pathways were paved. Old furniture was replaced and classrooms in buildings were given facelifts. 1981, Father Oswald Lewis, the present Bishop of Jaipur, began his tenure with a vision. The college completed its 100 years of establishment during his reign, and the centenary celebrations were acknowledged world over. Inaugurated by retired Reverend Dr. Aaron Delastic, the then Bishop of Lucknow. The centenary celebrations torch was lit. St. Francis College had touched a milestone. It was time to rejoice in the glory of the past and to design for what lay ahead. In its first 100 years, the school was transformed from its humble beginnings to becoming one of the renowned institutes in the country. The President and the Prime Minister of the nation, together with an elite brass of people from all across the globe, sent their best wishes. And with the blessings of His Holiness, Pope John Paul II, the centenary celebrations were a roaring success. By this time, the college had become one of the most sought after in the city. Enrollments were at their peak. Considering this need, Father Paul Rodriguez added new sections to the classes. With his encouragement, Crossroads and Inter-School Fest became a cult unto its own. The Old Franciscans Association playing an imperative role. Father Anthony de Souza was instrumental in adding value to the sports culture of the college by introducing a new basketball court and a modern swimming pool inaugurated by the then Governor Motilal Vohra. The legacy of the college thrived further in the hands of Father Peter de Souza and Father Vincent Nazareth. The 2010 celebrations are in order. The college has proudly completed its quasquicentennial, and the present-day principal, Father Vincent Pinto, dedicates his efforts in making this year a memorable one.
I am pleased to be the 37th principal of this institution. I am happier to be here in this particular year as we celebrate the quasquicentennial year of our institution. It was founded way back in 1885. Since then, the principals from Italy have worked very hard to bring this institution to this level, and the institution remains highly grateful to these principals, the fathers and the other members of the staff who endeavored to make this institution what it is today. During these 125 years, the college has produced a number of academicians, civil personalities, and we have the boys working, functioning in the entire world. We have a plan to introduce commerce stream in the near future. Likewise, a few more other disciplines and the subjects to provide options to our boys excelling in various fields. And thus, we hope this institution to be a beacon light in the years to come, as it is, and be the best institution, premier institutions in the whole country.
The best things in life begin at school. These archways echo with memories of bubbling youngsters, full of the energy and vivacity that comes with youth. Right from its genesis, its students have imbibed a certain quality from the college, a quality to appreciate the finer things in life. After all, culture is what distinguishes a man from his fellow beings. It has been ecstatic in organizing cultural activities, inviting young boys and girls from all over the city, providing them a platform to perform.